Hey, it's your boy Easy, and on today's episode of Easy Opens, we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Jeanne. I don't know if I did it right, but I just love when she henshins and they all sing, and that's the, I don't know, it's a thing. Go watch it. You got to watch it. It's beautiful. All right, so here is Kamen Rider Jeanne, or Jeanne, however you pronounce it. I'm just going to say Kamen Rider Jeanne. Kamen Rider Jeanne is from the 36th Kamen Rider series, Kamen Rider Revice, that ran from September of 2021 to August of 2022, and is a show about family and the ones you choose, the ones you are born into, and your interpersonal demons and other demons. This suit is used by Sakura Igarashi, who is the younger sister to the main protagonist, and could be considered the fourth rider of the series. The suit has a cobra motif, which is really neat, and the box art looks really cool. I wish there was a window, but you know, what can you do there? But nevertheless, let's get this figure free from its plastic prison and see what we think about Kamen Rider Jeanne. Jeanne. Alright, so fresh out the box, she looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. I absolutely love the suit design for this character, and the color scheme is just great. Like, it just works for me, and I totally love it. The compound eyes are just amazing and well done. I wonder if this is another situation similar to Bloodstock, where I was seeing all kinds of Cobra motif nods in the suit design, because looking at the compound eyes, it looks like the eyes are the tops of if you're looking down on a Cobra, and it's the hood that's fanned out, and the tails are connecting the eyes in the center of the helmet. And then also the yellow part of the helmet is actually definitely a Cobra motif, with the tail going all the way across the back of the head and then down into the ponytail hair for the suit. That's definitely there. I'm not making that up. But I wonder if the eyes are something like that, maybe. Or maybe they're just the design on the back of a Cobra's hood. I don't know. Regardless, I love it, and they look fantastic. The wrinkles on the legs and the puffy arm pads add some definition and dynamics to the suit, which really brings it to life, and I'm a big fan of that. The bumpy Cobra logo on the chest with the silver parts above it add even more definition and helps this figure pop just even more. And the way that it's juxtaposed with some of the flat silver parts and then just the rest of the suit, it just works so well, and is just such an excellent design of a suit, and Figuarts has done an amazing job here bringing it to life in plastic form. And then the rider belt looks very cool and is very simple, but just pops and just looks so good, and I'm just such a fan of this character and this suit in general. Kamen Rider Jeanne comes with 6 alternate hands, the Love Kujaku genome weapon, the Revice slasher, belt parts for the Kujaku genome, the Kujaku stamp, and the Mammoth stamp. Alright, now let's take a look at the articulation you're going to get out of SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Jeanne. Jeanne? However you say it. So, starting with the head, you get 360 rotation at the neck, which is legit. The ponytail does kind of get in the way, but it can be moved around, and it's a soft plastic, so that's fine. She's got a good range of motion. She can look up really good. She can look down a lot. She can look side to side. Got all kinds of range of motion in the neck, which is legit. The shoulders, you got 360 rotation. You also have a hinge in there, so you can wiggle that around. You get some swivel at the bicep, 360 there. You get double jointed elbows, which is legit. And then you have interchangeable hands that do have a wrist articulation there, but also the interchangeable hand that comes in, and the hands can be kind of a pain when they pop out, so I'm going to try not to move them around too much. Now, into the chest area, you got some, it's on a little ball joint, so it can wiggle around side to side, back and forth. You can get some range of motion to turn her around. You probably could do it, but like you'd have to force it, and I don't really feel like you need to. You get 360 at the waist, which is legit. And yeah, there's that. She does have decent amount of split action going on, and that's what's going on down there. You get some thigh swivel right here, which is cool. You get double jointed knees, which is always good. And then you get the ankle rocker joint, which is cool. And you get a toe joint right there if you need it. So that, I do believe, is all the articulation you're going to get out of Kamen Rider Jeanne. Haha. According to the Kamen Rider Wiki, Kamen Rider Jeanne stands at 6 foot 3 inches tall and weighs around 137 pounds. This figure stands at just shy of 6 inches and weighs 2 ounces. So now let's see how they measure up to some other figures you might have in your collection. Here they are with Hasbro's Marvel Legends Wolverine and Jada Toys Street Fighter Fei Long. Here they are with Masters of the Universe Classics Cobra Khan and Hasbro's G.I. Joe Classified Baroness. Here they are with the Bandai Pokemon model kit Gardevoir and NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Return to New York Leonardo. Here they are with Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection April O'Neil as the Pink Pterodactyl Ranger and Figma's Marnie. Here they are with McFarlane's Batman 66 Lord Deathman and Jakks Pacific's Fortnite Beef Boss. Here they are next to SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Demons and Kamen Rider Evil. Here they are with SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Revi and Kamen Rider Vice. And here they are next to SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Aguilera and Kamen Rider Marika. So I'm a big fan of Kamen Rider Revice. It was one of my favorite Rider shows of recent years, and I loved it so much because it had a lot of heart and character, and just the whole family dynamic was great. And one of the main characters and contributors to my enjoyment of this show was Sakura Igarashi, also known as Kamen Rider Jeanne or however you want to say it. And their character alone just brought so much to the show, as well as their family dynamic and their relationship with Hana. That was just, I loved it so much, and that was probably one of my, if not my favorite part of the show. I'm a huge fan of strong female protagonists, and she fits the bill perfectly. And I think SH Figuarts did a fantastic job bringing this figure from the screen to our shelves. The suit design looks pretty perfectly executed from screen to plastic, and I have no complaints about the suit design, the colors, any of that. It all looks excellent. In fact, one of my favorite things is that the blue parts on her legs and her arms have a different texture to them that almost feels like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's kind of like, it feels, okay, let me back up. It definitely looks like it's a skin tight leather kind of armor piece, whatever you want to call it. And it looks like it should feel that way. I don't know necessarily that it does feel that same way, but it does feel different than the flat black parts on the suit, juxtaposing those two looks and making it a visual dynamic that's really cool and works extremely well on screen and here on this figure. All the wrinkles in the boots just add a liveliness to this figure, and I can't get enough of that. I totally dig that. Other than that, she moves great, she feels great, she looks great with the other Revice figures. She also looks great with some of the other figures you might have in your collection. So she goes really well with a lot of things, and you know, that's really cool. But my only complaint with this figure is the way that she holds her Tessens, I believe is what they're called, or the war fans, if you will, her weapon. I think it's really neat the way that they designed her hands to do it. It's really cool, and it works. However, being that I'm used to playing, for the most part, all my life with action figures that hold their weapons and that you can pose with their weapons being held at the same time, I tend to want to play with my figures in that same way. However, when it comes to the more adult collectible Japanese style figures, they don't always necessarily play that same way. So you kind of have to augment your posability and the way you're playing with your figures. And unfortunately, that's where this figure kind of like takes a takes a hit because the fans will just fall out sometimes. And that kind of adds to the frustration and your general not wanting to mess with this figure that much because you're worried the fans are going to either fall out and get lost, or they're going to fall and break, or just, you know, something like that. Or you're just going to have to keep posing them again and again and trying to put them in there. And it just eats away at whatever time or attention span you have to get your shots in, if that's what you're doing. And so it kind of suffers in that area. However, I do believe that the design is kind of neat and the way they did it. And it was more than likely designed with the idea of posing it and then leaving it that way. And not posing it, taking some shots, and then moving it again and again and again and again. And so, you know, whatever you're trying to do with this figure, if you're just going to put it on the shelf, chances are you're not going to notice or have an issue with this at all, because they do stay in there pretty well. However, if you're trying to get a lot of shots with this, you're going to run into this issue, and it's a thing, but, you know, your mileage will vary. Other than that, I am a huge fan of this figure, and I'm super happy to have it in my collection, and it goes so well with the other Revice figures, and that just makes me extremely happy because I want them all. So if you're a fan of SH Figuarts, and especially their female body types, then you're gonna know what you're getting here, and you're probably gonna dig it because they do a great job. If you're a fan of Kamen Rider Revice, you definitely got to pick up this figure because they're integral to the whole thing. And then if you like snake-themed characters, this figure will go well on that shelf. If you like characters whose armor includes a armorized ponytail, then this figure definitely will go on that shelf. Or if you're just a big fan of big fans, then this figure has two big fans that you'll probably be a big fan of. At least if you're just going to put them in one pose and then leave them there. All right, well, that's going to do it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. And if you liked what you saw, hit the like button. If you want to see more from me, hit subscribe. And let me know what you think about Kamen Rider Jeanne. Do you say Jeanne or Jeanne or Jeanne? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And until then, else time.